Hi, I'm Melissa.
And I'm Jessie.
And welcome to our show.
Nameless.
And today's episode is about nursery rhymes.
And before we start any of that, I have many things to share.
We're going to just shoot right into our week, or our last week.
Yeah.
And Jessie's going to go ahead and go first.
Yeah.
This is much more interesting, I think.
It's not more...
It's much more crazy. Or
it's controversial. Weird.
Coincidental.
This past week made me start to hate coincidences.
Right.
Which also made me sad because I like coincidences. They made me happy. I'm like, oh, what a coincidence. How nice. Like, two things. Same. And then all of a sudden I was like, I don't like these coincidences anymore. I'm going to rewind. We had a goldfish, and its name was Goldie. And Goldie, one day, she started jumping out of her tank, put a cover on the tank. All of a sudden, I go in the kitchen, and I look at the tank, and there is no cover on the tank, and there is no goldfish in the tank. There's no Goldie, and I'm like, oh, no. Oh, no. And so instantly, I'm, like, checking the floor, because last time, she just hopped out, and we heard it, because it's a huge-ass goldfish flopping, and put her back in, and she was fine. And this time, I'm like, what if the dog ate her? This is terrible. They're going to notice. And so then I'm like, wait, what if he didn't eat her? And I start looking around, and the oven was on, and I go, oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck, oh, fuck, oh, fuck. I'm like panicking, and I'm like, she's cooked. She's cooked. And so
Jessie texts me and says, we cooked Goldie. And I'm thinking, first off, you probably shouldn't have a goldfish by the oven.
She didn't have a heater, and we moved her there on purpose.
Oh, wait, and then second, I'm thinking, holy crap, were they cooking, like, in a frying pan, just standing there, and all of a sudden Goldie, like, hops out into the frying pan, and it's like...
So it wasn't as magical. It was a little more, so the oven was on, it was blowing the hot air out the little crowd.
Poor fish.
She did it on purpose, though.
She's like, I'm out of here.
She was really, she got big all of a sudden.
This place.
And so the oven was on, so like the top of the range was hot, and she jumped out, and so when her wet fish body touched, she instantly like sizzled to the stove. It wasn't like coated in non-stick anything. And so yeah, and then it just baked her until she was stiff and hard and crusty. And so I saw her and I was like, oh my god, no. And I panic and I pick it up and I'm like, I can't show this to my kids. I can't show Tatum her crusty goldfish stick. So I put it in the tank, and I'm like, I know that she's very well, obviously dead, but I'm like holding it under the filter, so
trying
like,
to save it.
The water goes in the gills, and I'm like, please don't be crusty. Oh my gosh, what is happening? Oh no, oh no, oh no! I cooked her goldfish. She softens up enough, and I like put it in the tank, and I'm like, you guys, I have to tell you, because instantly I'm like, I'm just gonna fucking tell them. But they come in and they just like know right away. They're like, Goldie died. So they missed out on the whole.
Oh, that's a good thing.
The whole thing. But like, I had to take it off. It was like a part. Not.
I think I came over the next day and
I was stressed.
That was very stressful.
That was a little bit stressful. Okay, and this goes into coincidences.
Was it? Yeah.
So there was a coincidence on the internet.
Oh, you mean on Facebook?
Yeah, and Patreon people were involved.
We won't say any names.
I'm gonna say names. I'm saying names. I'm totally saying names.
Oh, you know who you are.
And so, okay, so the goldfish thing happened, which is already weird enough. Have you ever cooked your goldfish? Jeez Louise.
No.
Stressful.
I have not.
At the same time as this happening, this account pops up on Facebook. Herbie Humbucker.
Oh, Herbie.
And this account makes a post about taxidermy. Herbie Humbucker, you motherfucker. And which I have done, which I have had in our episodes. There's this post and all these people start tagging me because obviously this post is about things that I do.
Yeah.
And so people are tagging me and I'm getting messages like, who is this? What's going on? And these people recognize this name. Herbie Hamburger.
Yeah. I'm like,
from Feeling Good with Eddie.
I'm
Patreon.
writing this person right off like, Herbie?
Which is fine. I enjoy a good shenanigans. Cool. But instantly I'm like, this isn't real. Because some of the things listed, I know, in fact, are illegal. And you would not be posting that on the internet if it were, in fact, true.
Right.
So, already I was like, I call your bluff. Ha! I know it's not real, even though I already knew because his name was Herbie motherfucking Humbucker. And so, people are tagging me, and the comments keep going on and on and on. And I'm like, is this made specifically to fuck with me? And I'm like, how come nobody else thinks this is as weird as me? And I'm like, Melissa, why does this remind everyone of me? Why is everybody tagging me?
I think so.
What? And then I'm like, I'm not that fucking special to have fake internet. Well, unless you're in armpit farts.
Maybe.
And like the more it went on, I just looked at it and I was like, I mean, the goldfish died. It was a weird day. My house smelled and like, so like the Herbie Hamburger thing was happening. And so I was just a little bit stressed. And then all of a sudden I just like looked at it and I went, okay, if this isn't made intentionally to fuck with me, I don't think I have any reason. I have a lot of reasons.
Any reason.
I can't finish the sentence because it's a lie. There's a lot of reasons for people to fuck with me. But I don't think that I am cool enough to be fucked with, I guess. And so I was like, there's no way that this account was made specifically to just fuck with me. Like, that's to fuck with everybody. And then, like, the more I thought about it, then I was like, why do I identify with all of the weird shit that this fake account is posting?
Right.
Everything that was posted.
Which means you're the weird one?
Yes! I was like, can they see my shelf?
Right.
And then, so I got to the point where I was like, all right, that makes me the weirdo. That makes me the weirdo. So I just was like, oh my god, I'm the fucking weirdo. I walk away. And the fake internet account is not the weirdo because I do those things in real life. Right. So I was all stressed out about it. Melissa stopped by. We were talking about it, okay? The taxidermy thing and all of that. Dead things in the freezer, right?
Right.
All of these things, okay? So,
I think it's only like a day goes by, or maybe the next day after this.
But it was where everybody was like, you seemed upset, and then all of a sudden, you stopped talking about it. Melissa was like, you don't care? And I'm like, no, I'm done.
Yeah.
I'm the weirdo. I know it. I'm out. I'm done. I don't like these shenanigans. It's not a fun coincidence right now. This was a weird one for me.
Right.
So a day goes by and the fish thing and like happens and everybody's like, are you okay, Jessie? And I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. It's fine. Also, I'm like, I can't hear anything at all. And I'm like, what? Fine. We're talking about it in the house. Okay, fine. And then there's a smell and I'm like,
it wasn't me, I promise.
And it wasn't the goldfish. My fucking house stinks and I get pissed and I'm just like, that's it. And I just start like going through everything and I'm like, open a drawer and I stop. And one of the things about Herbie Humbucker was the dead things in the freezer and something about being a witch. And I was just like, did this motherfucker go in my freezer? I had a dead baby bunny in my freezer. Don't judge me.
Okay, the way that she explained it to me was you put steak in the freezer, right? If you're going to eat your steak, it's wrapped up properly and it's sealed and it's in a special wrap to where it is...
It's in there.
It's there. And you do the same thing with all the other meat in your freezer. So it's not gross, I guess.
I was on a walk. There was a little tiny baby bunny. It was already dead. And I was like, I'm going to take that. Wrapped it, brought it home properly sealed and stored and everything and frozen. And so that was in my freezer, which is one of the reasons that this comment on the internet caught me so off guard because I'm like,
Right, because she did have something in the freezer.
how do you know that?
Who are you?
Yeah, why do you, what?
Yeah.
And so I open a drawer. And there is my dead, no longer frozen baby bunny.
Like in a desk drawer, not like the freezer drawer.
A desk drawer in my house, mostly unwrapped, because like I said, I had wrapped it properly. There were many layers and sealed shit, and many of those layers were gone. And I'm tripping over this
Okay, so
coincidence, and then
I call her and she's like, this can't be happening. Like this I hate coincidences. This just can't be happening. And like there's no actual explanation for this happening. So I'm automatically thinking like, holy shit, does like Jessie have a ghost in her house or something that's really trying to mess with her right now? Or is there
absolutely
is there like something like going on? Like that was my first initial thought, like what is going on? And then I'm like, okay, she has kids.
So yes.
And you know, kids are very inquisitive.
Yeah, so they're curious.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, okay, what the fuck is happening in my life? The fish killed himself and got cooked. The bunny that I had, I was gonna trade for a skull, and that's gone now. And it's dead in my house. It smells like dead bunny. And she was like, I'm having a bad day. And I was like, is there dead bunnies?
If there's not dead bunnies, then you're not having a bad day.
Then it's fine. You can deal.
Yeah, you're gonna make it.
It's fine.
I was like, okay, I'll give this one to you, Jessie.
There were many more things that day, but this one takes the cake.
Yeah.
So anyways, I take out the bunny, and it's like rotten. Obviously, it's rotten. I'd been smelling it. And I make my kids sit down, and they are so in trouble, and I'm just like, who the hell did it? I probably didn't say that, but I was like, who did it? I'm so pissed. And and then I'm like, I realize I'm yelling, and so now you guys are afraid of me, and you're not going to tell me. And they're like, what is going on? And so like they fight about it, and it ended up being my 4-year-old. Okay, fine. She was with me on the walk when I got the bunny. She knew where it was. The reason I'm so pissed is because Herbie's stupid humbucker made me feel so weird about being a weirdo that, like, we were talking about it in my house, and I remember my 4-year-old saying, Mommy, you're talking about grown-up things in front of me. And I'm like, so go away. Give me a minute. Like, you've been next to me for a year. Like, COVID needs to kick rocks so I can have a conversation about my dead shit in the freezer. Okay? I'm sorry. Fast forward because I'm taking forever to tell the story. But it turns out she heard us talking about it. She heard us talking about it. She came out here, got it out of the freezer while I was in the shower. She wanted to see it. I got out of the shower. She panicked and shoved it in a drawer and just
forgot about it.
So when I got her to admit this, like, my first thought,
How long do you think it was in the drawer?
Like 2 or 3 days, like long enough to
gosh.
defrost.
Yeah.
And then set and then smell.
Yes.
And
gross.
I'm like, go wash your hands. It's been like multiple bath times later. I'm like, why? Well, you shouldn't cut it. Like,
oh God. What if she was like gonna try to just cut it open?
That's slutty though.
Yeah. And just the whole, I'm not tall enough. I'm little.
I'm too little.
I couldn't have done it because I'm little.
I'm too little to reach it, so it wasn't me.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah.
And the big kids are like, her oldest daughter, it's hilarious. She's standing there. I was with them, right? And she's standing there, and she goes, just tell me who did it. And she goes, or did you do it? And she's like, I didn't do it.
It
like,
wasn't
the
me.
look on her face was like she did it. Like, in my head, I was like, she freaking did it. It was her.
No, she gets the church giggles,
she
the
gets,
funeral giggles,
yeah.
Where when she's uncomfortable, she just
didn't do it, and she didn't know about it at first either. So
Lottie. She ratted herself out. She showed me how she did it. I can't blame you. I know your name. She told me not to say names. I can't blame
we know
you.
Who you are.
But it's totally your fault, and I'm out a dead bunny and a skull.
And so you owe her a dead bunny and a skull, please. You have her address.
Don't send me a dead bunny. Please don't. I wasn't gonna do anything gross with it. I just think that dead things can still be pretty, and
Right, and
I don't do weird.
The thing
I make
is
them
like
pretty.
the taxidermy is actually, you know, something huge that people do, and I don't know. I haven't seen it in a long time, but when I was young, I used to see like places that would have like bear heads and like
It's everywhere.
you know, but I haven't seen it in a very long time. But when I was young, I don't know, maybe I went to other places that I don't go to now, but I don't know.
Like the skulls, like I don't know. It can still be pretty.
Heck yeah, you'll build those little diamond things, or what are they called?
The crystals?
Crystals on top of them or something. Yeah.
So anyways, that's my story. That took way too long, and my bad. About how my goldfish killed itself, and then there was a Facebook account that made me realize how weird I am. Thank you very fucking much. And then my dead bunny.
It also made me realize how weird she is.
I was like, does nobody else think this is crazy? And everybody's like, no, why would we? And I'm like, oh, never mind. And I tried to just go.
Yeah.
Allison Lynch even commented on there. She was like, why? And I was like, I'm not gonna say even.
Yeah, no.
Now
Probably best.
I'm sure there's way more to that story even. It took me like an hour to tell. Tell us about your week. She had vacation.
Apparently, I have vacation all the time. I don't remember all the little things. There was a lot of little things.
Before vacation, there was a Dirty Sisters meeting.
Right. So I put together a Dirty Sisters meeting, which consisted of probably about, I don't remember exactly, like what, 15?
Yeah.
About 15 of us. Just discussing kind of where we want to go with it and everything. So I think it gives us a good starting point.
Because it's nationwide.
Yeah, we are trying to make it nationwide. We're trying to do a lot with the Dirty Sisters, and I plan on talking more about the Dirty Sisters later when I've got, you know, more information and details. But it was very interesting to put together a Zoom meeting because I have never put together, like, I would call it was kind of like a business meeting to me, and I never have put together a business meeting. So it was very interesting, and it was kind of scary too, because I put a lot of thought into things that I do, and I guess I was overthinking it, but I did. I planned an agenda. I made sure that it was a very professional meeting, and so when it was done and I knew that it turned out amazing, I felt good, because I'm taking on new responsibilities now that I have. Now that I'm seeing life in a different light, really.
You went through how you want to expand it to nationwide and how you're going to include chapters.
Right. We have gotten a lot of requests from other sisters that we should branch off and do chapters and have ambassadors of each state, take over meetups and actual get-togethers for the sisters. It makes it easier for us to do it that way, because we're all in different places. So I want to make sure that there's sisters in every state and that they get to meet other sisters also. And like I've said before, I want to make sure that the Dirty Sisters is a unit where if you feel like you need somebody, or you need to meet up with somebody, or you're depressed, or you have no friends, or you have like nothing to look forward to,
or just people to talk to who don't know your situation. Like, I need an outside view.
Sometimes, and I've realized that's the truth, is it's easy to talk to people that you have never met.
Yes.
Because they don't judge you. They don't like know, you know, they're not there in front of your face all the time. I've learned that I'm closer to a lot of sisters in the group that I've never met face to face than I am to people that I've known for years, and it's because I feel safer to talk to them about certain things, and I feel like a connection, especially in this group, because we're connected by not only music, but we're connected by like some of the same thoughts on life and opinions, and although we have a lot of different opinions, we kind of meet in the middle. I don't know, it's such a different thing for me, and that's why I want the Dirty Sisters to become nationwide. There's a lot of people.
It already is nationwide,
right,
because there are
right,
Dirty Heads fans who
everywhere,
are women everywhere, and it's fun and lovely to see where everybody is from. So it already is nationwide, but now Melissa is going the extra step to organize it so that we can all come together when music comes back, and festivals and all of those things, concerts, whatever the fuck the word is.
Right.
And so she's making it so that we can come together as a unit and have that connection in person as well.
Yes.
Because that's cool, and I do agree 100%.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You can go on there no matter how you're feeling and share, and there will be somebody there to be there to like lift you up, or to celebrate with you, or to answer a question, and I agree about people on the internet, like it's easy to open up and share.
Right.
You don't have to feel judged. They don't already have an idea
of what's exactly. And I don't mean like I don't have connections with people like my people, people that I know, like I do, but it's a different connection. It really is, and it's hard to explain to somebody who doesn't know that connection.
The thing about it, because on the internet you can cut straight to the chase. You can skip the pleasantries and the weather because they're somewhere else. Fuck the weather, it's different over there.
Right.
How are you? Does it fucking matter?
Yeah.
You can just be like, wow, some weird shit happened, and here's my paragraph, and then they can process it. You don't have to have that face-to-face awkwardness, and they can be like, oh shit.
Or you could just like pass it and not say anything.
Yeah. You have the time to process and to think, and like that's something that we all need to do more. Honestly.
All the time, because
take a moment.
That definitely.
So it makes it easier to open up because you get straight to the point. You can say what you want to say. Face the awkwardness in the moment. I know. Fucking gosh.
Is that your dog?
I think it is.
We were talking about the Dirty Sisters and how I would like to branch off and make the Dirty Sisters a very well-known organization. And I have a lot of plans for the Dirty Sisters, and I'm in the process of coming to up with details and more information. So if you are a woman and you love the Dirty Heads and you are interested in joining an amazing group of women, we would love to have you join our Facebook group, Dirty Sisters, and you can go ahead and ask to join. Make sure you answer the questions and agree to the rules, and we would love to have you. I highly recommend, like, if you love the Dirty Heads and you're a woman, go there.
Yeah. There's so many good things. It's hard to talk about it all in one sentence. There's so many good things that happen on that page, and it's all in the name of we all love Dirty Heads, and we're all women, and we are all the best. So now speaking of people being the best and being in all these groups, being in that group together and the Feeling Good with Daddy group, she got to have a lovely weekend at the river and got to hang out with somebody. Because that's what you want to do with Dirty Sisters.
Right. So so I went out to Parker, Arizona, and I did meet up with one of the Dirty Sisters, and we were able to, meet up, and it was such a great feeling because it was like we knew each other. It was like we've known each other forever, and we just like got back together. And from the minute I met her, it was just
Amy
that. Yeah, Amy Beckstrom. I'm so bad about like calling out names. I don't know.
I don't introduce myself. I just start talking. I'm all, hi.
You know who I am. Anyway, so Amy is also on the Feeling Good with Daddy page with us, and so it was definitely an exciting experience for us to get together and be able to talk about all of the things that are going on. Sometimes when you are in this world, in the groups and stuff, it is hard to talk to the people that you know about it because they don't really know everything that's going on. And especially with the Feeling Good with Daddy page, you have to fully be in it to know it. And you have to be, you know, there's several different things you have to be involved with to know everything too. So I do know that there are several groups, and there's several of the same people in all of those groups. So when you meet somebody who knows everything that you know about it, it's very exciting, and you can talk about it, and you're like, oh my god, and they said this, and oh my god, they, you know, and it's a great exciting experience. And one thing that I want to say is that when I was at the river, it was the first river trip that I went to since I quit drinking. I don't know, not that it affected anybody else but me when it comes to that, because it was something that I had to set my mind to do. It was something that I had to really adjust my feelings and thoughts on it, because before, when I would go to the river, it was always the place that I would go to let loose and be wild and not care and not give a shit and black out and do whatever I wanted. Stay up all night and do whatever. And this now was something I had to face. It was almost like a fear that I had to face going back to the river, because it was now a new adjustment that I was going to be doing. It was kind of like the first time going, and I wasn't sure how I was going to be affected, because there is a lot of partying there, and the river is a party place. It's, you know, there's bars, there's drinking. Everybody I know drinks. I'm the only sober one. Of course I smoke, so that helps.
I'm sober, but I wasn't there.
Yeah, right. So there, I meant at the river.
Oh, I don't drink.
And yeah, so I do have to say that, not sober, but I am the only one that doesn't drink.
California sober.
As California sober. Oh my God, yes. Yes, I'm California sober.
I'm not.
No, I
don't drink.
I don't agree with that at all. Anyway, drink. so whatever. I don't drink, and so I was scared a little bit, nervous, and I got through it, because I've gained this strength in me that I wanted to make sure that I would be able to be surrounded in the things that I love to do, concerts and going to the river and going camping and going to all these, you know, car shows and just outdoor events, and at every single one of those things, alcohol's there. I mean, it is in your face. So if you don't drink and you can't be around it, you can no longer be around those things.
Yes. You have to
make that choice. And so my choice was, can I be around this, or can't I? Like, it was, you know, this was kind of my, can I go to the river again?
Yeah.
Or can't, or am I not going to the river anymore? Because that is the only choice I have. Not, oh, am I going to go to the river and fall back and do this again? Because I don't ever want to be in that place again.
Not an option. Ever.
That's not an option. So I now know that I can go to the river. I know that it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. And I also know that,
was it fun?
I had a lot of fun. I had a great time. I enjoyed it. I love now watching everybody drink, and I know all the stories the next morning. All the stories that nobody else really like remembers, and I like throw that shit at them like daggers, like just like, oh, you don't remember this? Oh, this. And I love it, because they used to do that shit to me all the time. Because I was like,
power.
Yeah. So every morning that I partied with my friends, I would wake up, well, maybe not every morning, but a very, very large amount of times. And there would be stories of what I did or how I acted or what I said, or, you know, and it's ridiculous. I hated those stories, and I never want to have those stories told about me. So that's how I get entertained.
Same.
I'm entertained when I'm around people drinking, because I can just like fuck with people.
I'm entertained until they like focus on me, and I'm like,
right.
Oh.
Well, that too, you know.
No, don't look at me. Don't talk about me.
It can go south real quick, and especially when you're sober and somebody's like not understanding you, and you're just like, whoa, I'm really sober right here. Like, I know what I just said. I know what you just said. Like, please don't. And
please
it's not,
don't.
Yeah, please don't.
No.
Please. And so that too is like, okay. So
that's a balance that like you
yes.
knew going in. That's on your shoulders too, to know
Right.
when to go. Oh,
Right.
okay.
So, when I was at the river, I got a text message from a group message with you and Michelle.
Yes.
Michelle just mentioned that the 2-year anniversary of Feeling Good with Duddy was coming up, and I thought that was so amazing, and I guess I wanted to show our appreciation for the guys and for the show and for what they've done for us. I'm hosting a beach day for their celebration, their 2-year anniversary at the Huntington Beach Pier on April 30th at 12 o'clock. And it's going to be awesome. I'm going to have an easy up, and you guys will know where we're at because I'll make sure.
There'll be ways.
Yeah, you will
You'll
know. You will just know, and I can't wait to at least meet some of the people, And I know Amy and I were talking about it.
Yeah.
She's
Okay.
gonna
Wait.
come down.
Oh, good. Because
Yeah.
I was gonna say this and I interrupt all the time, so I didn't. But I'm super jealous. I was like, okay, well, next time I'm going to crash your river trip and go with you because
Yes.
I want to meet Amy because
Yeah.
she helped make my dreams come true.
Right.
And she's part of those groups and communities where there's just like these people and we want to go around and we want to make people happy. And I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, there's more of them.
Yeah.
Can I be in your club?
They're like, you already have a club. No. Like I said earlier, meeting like-minded people who want to do and give the
Yes.
same energy to you that you want to give to them. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing when you meet people like that who just genuinely want to make other people happy. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what they're going through or the issues that they're facing. And I believe that's the same way I am and what I see of you. No matter what we're going through, we are still there. We're still there to help somebody else and a
Yeah.
helping hand. I mean, literally, we would be drowning and we would save the other person before, or try at least push
Well, don't
them.
do that, though.
I know, but that's just the way this kind of community works. We're out lifting each other up. We're pushing each other. We're not in competition. We want to make sure that we're all on the same page and we're all just happy and we're all just getting
Yeah.
love and giving love.
Well, okay, so the beach day for the 2-year anniversary, that's kind of the FGWD Bunkers version of a Dirty Sisters meetup.
Right.
So if you want to, if you're in Southern California or near enough where you can be,
Yeah.
that would be fun.
I think it would be great just to meet other people that you already know, like
That get your jokes, because nobody ever gets my jokes. And I'm like,
just imagine all of those people in one place, and it's
people
just
on the internet on the page don't even get my jokes. I'm like, did you guys listen?
Right, I'm like, okay, 1 second. Jake and Duddy don't even get the jokes sometimes.
She just squished a chili dog for no reason.
No reason at all.
Yeah, I do that. What?
There's just all kinds of like little things. I'm like, wait, you guys didn't even get that. But
It was your joke.
It was your joke. You made it up. I fucked with you with it, and then you're like, what? What is she doing that for?
They need to take their alpha brain.
Also, fuck you guys and the whole cake thing. I was just asking to be nice, but whatever.
Yeah, she didn't really care.
I didn't really care.
She was just, if you had a favorite, she would have been like, cool, I'll get you your favorite kind of cake. But
Yeah.
since you didn't, she's
didn't.
gonna say fuck you and get her favorite kind of cake.
Exactly.
And so suck it.
So there will be cake in case you need to cake smash.
Yes. I'm very happy for these communities, and also I want to thank everybody who watches our show because half of you, at least, I mean, I know I'm related to some, so I gotta claim that, but most of these people came from Feeling Good with Duddy
and
your
Dirty
family
Sisters and my family.
yeah. And so thank you guys.
Yeah, and speaking of family, speaking of family, I have a sister. Well, I have a sister that I grew up with, and then I have other siblings that I did not live with while I grew up. But then I also have siblings that I met at an adult age that I never knew about. My sister, and I call her Sister Connie, she texts me today, okay, and she goes, "You put your own shit in a cat box?" And the funny thing is she doesn't know these stories because I met her when I was 39. When I wrote her, I said, "You watch the show?" And she said, "I watch every show." And that made me really excited because that means that she's going to get to know me because she doesn't really know anything about me before she met me.
She knows your shit shenanigans.
Yeah, she does know that now. So with that being said, I met her while I was in the most, I think, worst part of my alcohol addiction. And so meeting her was amazing, but for her it was probably really hard because I popped up randomly. Their family didn't know that I existed. I did find out who my father was when I was 39 years old by doing Ancestry. Unfortunately, I was not given the opportunity to meet my biological father, but I was given the opportunity to meet my sister and my niece and my nephew and my brother-in-law and my brother and his wife and their children. And it's crazy. Now you have family who you don't know anything about, and they don't know anything about you, and you're trying to bond because when we first met, we hit it off really well. It was kind of like we were sisters forever.
It's kind of like we were sisters.
Oh
my God.
Yeah. And it was weird, and I think I was in a stage in my life that maybe I brought back some negative memories for her, and I didn't ever want to do that. So I wanted to publicly apologize for that because I feel like it was the wrong time for me to meet her because I was not in a good part of my life. But so I feel like because of that part of my life, I put a little bit of a damper between us. So I don't want that, and I want a better relationship with my siblings altogether. I don't have a good relationship with, I have a good relationship, but not like that, bond where you talk all the time and you tell each other your deepest secrets or whatever. I don't have that, and I want that, and maybe that's why I find it in so many other places. I do want that, and I'm asking for it, so.
But okay, but the point of this is that it's really nice to hear that Sister Connie listens, so thank you, you're the shit.
Yeah.
Because Melissa gets to share things I think you've said on every episode that we've done. I don't think Jessie knows this. I'm like, shit, I don't know a lot of things. Tell me the things.
I almost forget things too. So
I definitely forget things. But so it's nice to be able to share these kind of stories. She had mentioned you can grow up to people who are your family that you don't know that they're your family and they're only 20 minutes away. It's weird to have these differences in childhood. It's cool to imagine meeting a sibling as an adult. I haven't been through that.
It's exciting, and I wish that I would have been able to give everything to it at the moment, so
at the same time though, there's never a right moment.
Right.
That doesn't exist. There's never a right moment. You get the moment that you get, and that's what you have, and you can sit here and go, well, I was a little fucked up. I apologize. This is me.
Yeah. Hi.
And that's after we already talked about when you're watching people drinking at the river all stupid, and you're like, that used to be me. Now you're stupid, and I get to say, But so you can acknowledge it about yourself. And it's nice, and you know that, she's giving you her support, so obviously you didn't make that shitty of an impression, so thank you, Sister Connie. Thank you. And what is a trip is that you can have family, and you can have friends, and you can all be, in the same kind of area. When you live in, the same sort of place, you have, California, okay, there's California. If you're from the middle of somewhere else, everybody around there has a general routine, whatever it's called. One way that we were talking about how to get to know, to compare childhoods is nursery rhymes.
Yes, definitely nursery rhymes. A week ago or so, we were sitting here and we're like, so what nursery rhymes do you know? And then you
I can't remember exactly how it came
We were
up.
talking about something.
But it was, so she's talking about meeting siblings as an adult and how you talked about like not having those childhood experiences to share, and it's like the nursery rhymes that you heard as a child are one of those memories.
Right.
And I was like, this must be what we were talking about. This must be it. And I was like, well, what kind of nursery rhymes did you have? And she was like, oh, I grew up, it was like sweet. And my mom
Oh, yeah.
was like,
My mom was always singing very sweet nursery rhymes, like, you know, and then even just like any sweet little songs like, don't you be a mourner, brighten up that corner and smile, smile and be happy, you know, and it just little things like that. And then Jessie starts singing the songs that she was sung as a child. And now I understand.
now she's like, oh, there is a dead bunny in your freezer.
No, I understand why there's dead rabbits and
I actually Googled the songs though, and they are on the internet.
they are horrible songs.
They are on the internet, so they're real.
So,
real songs.
So let's get an example.
Oh, fuck. I mean, okay, so like we did have the we had a good morning song, and it was off the Bullfrogs and Bullfrogs and Butterflies record. I think it was a Christian record. Good morning, good morning, good morning. It's time to rise and shine.
Good morning, good morning, good morning.
I hope you're feeling
I
fine.
knew that one, yeah.
So we had that one, and I think everybody did.
Yeah.
It was a record. I know the picture and all the shit. The rest of them are not as good. I mean, I don't know. It's one of those things where like you don't realize something is super messed up, and so you start sharing, and then people are
Like this.
what?
And then I'm like Googling it, like, this can't be a thing. Like, they made this up. They didn't. It was a real thing.
So my mom, she did sing me to sleep. She did, but it was like she'd hum Green Sleeves, which I sing to my kids. Green Sleeves, which is weird. It's not a nursery rhyme. It's a weird one.
I don't know.
It's the one that they play on like the flute at the Renaissance Fair.
Oh, okay.
It's that song.
You just hum it.
Yeah, and so that one's nice. I don't sing my kids all the songs that my mom taught me because most of them have to do with like poop or pee or dying. Or like rotten food.
You gotta sing one, because there was one that you were singing and I was like,
pick
what?
one.
I don't know. I
have
know
a
we wrote
list.
them down. I can't.
There's
The suffocation.
Suffocation.
That's the one. Suffocation. What? It's kind of like the Rockabye Baby song. Like, really? This is horrible.
Thought
Okay,
everybody
the suffocation song.
I thought everybody knew this song.
I did not know this song.
She's your face. She's all sweet and innocent. I'm like, how are you the innocent one?
Okay. Also, I was saying like Jesus loves me. Yes, I know. And like I was raised like that. So this song scared me.
I was not. I was raised just how I was, I guess.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
like
know.
this. Watch.
Now I know how to sing it.
All right.
Shit.
Would you like the mic?
It's the suffocation song, and it goes like this. Suffocation, hyperventilation, suffocation, we do it every day. First you take a plastic bag, then you put it on your head. Go to bed, wake up dead. Whee! Suffocation, jolly, hyperventilation, suffocation, we do it every day. First you take a garden hose, then you shove it up your nose, turn it on, then you're gone. Woo! And it goes on and on and on and on and on.
And if you don't believe her, you could look it up because
it's real.
it's real. And I guess.
Can you imagine we're all little suffocation,
Rocking your baby.
suffocation.
What? Please don't ever sing that to your children.
I mean, I turned out cool, so fuck off. Okay, so then she's like,
just get a
really?
separate freezer and you'll be fine if you sing that song.
Oh shit. Yeah.
Right? Then you.
So you sing a song now. Okay, counter it.
No, I did tell you guys that I have a sister that I grew up with, and she taught me a song when I was growing up, and it stuck with me my whole life, and it's called Hagalina, Magalina, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Slogan.
Write it down.
Just look it up.
Sing that shit.
I knew a little girl, she had a funny name. She got it from her daddy, just the same. Hagelina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Slogan was her name. She had 2 hairs on her head. One was alive and the other was dead. Hagelina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Slogan was her name. She had 2 eyes on her head. One was black and the other was red. Hagelina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Slogan was her name. She had 2 holes in her nose. One held a daisy and the other held a rose. Hagelina, Magdalena, Hoopensteiner, Wallendiner, Hogan, Logan, Slogan was her name. Now you gotta go online and figure out what the hell happened to the rest of her body. I can't sing the rest.
It's long. It's like
very
the
long.
spaghetti song.
It's like the spaghetti song. She gets hit by a truck at the end, and the poor old driver has to buy a new machina, and it's just horrible. So that's where the horrible stuff comes. Like, why? Suffocation, hit by a truck.
Why?
And people are complaining about what we have to, about now? Like, the stuff.
Meanwhile, I was singing the Bosco song. I'm going to sing another one for you. So let's take it away. I hate Bosco. Bosco's bad for me. My mommy tried to poison me and put it in my milk. But I fooled mommy and put it in her tea. And now there is no mommy to try and poison me.
And that's so bad.
And then
the shit they came up with in the day.
there was I can't sing it good because I want to. My face is hurting.
I don't think they're like sing good songs.
I just don't sing them pretty.
They're not pretty songs. They have to be sung very ugly.
My father murdered a kangaroo. Gave me the grizzly end to chew. Weren't that a horrible thing to do? To give me the chew of the grizzly end of a dead kangaroo.
We sang this differently, and that's why.
Yeah.
Because, okay.
Miss Susie had a seatbelt. The seatbelt had a belt. Miss Susie went to heaven. The seatbelt went to hello operator.
Please give me number 9, and if you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator.
Yes.
There was a piece of glass. Miss Susie sat upon it and broke her little. Ask me no more questions. Please tell me no more lies. And if you disconnect me, I'll kick you from behind the refrigerator.
There was a piece of
I
glass.
sang it again. It's like row, your boat.
That one too.
Yeah.
Row your boat gently down the stream.
Row
Throw
your
your
boat
sister
gently down the
overboard
stream.
and listen to her scream.
Life is but a dream. See? I heard it all the nice ways.
She said, see? Yeah. And the old crow song, that was one of them while I was all pissed at her be humbucker fucking guy. Because the old crow song, which I had just told you. Oh, the old crow flew into the country store. He on the counter and on the floor. And he in the coffee and he in the tea and almost. And if I hadn't moved, he'd have on me. And you just spit everywhere.
My head hurts so bad.
You can't sing that song during COVID, or you have to say the word shit.
Just do it in your mask. You'll be fine.
The old crow flew into the country store. He shit on the counter and he shit on the floor. It's not as good.
Yeah, don't do that.
Or do it and send it to me so I can watch it. My face hurts.
Oh, yeah. Oh, laughing always makes you laugh. Like, laughing is a beautiful thing. And
then it hurts.
it does, when you laugh, like right now, my freaking like temples are hurting and like all the way in here and like the top of my head just from laughing so
And my
hard.
beautiful singing.
Well, that.
What we wanted to say was that choose your songs wisely.
Yeah, if you have children, choose your songs wisely because they will remember it when they grow up.
You can
and
choose
they're
your
gonna be
path.
like- well, I mean, we're both
Dead
on the
Bunny
same path
or
right
Dirty
now.
Sister.
The thing is I don't think that
I'm just joking.
I don't think that. But I do think that some of the songs and nursery rhymes that were made up in the past are definitely crazy and horrible and should not be sung to children at all. And but I mean, who am I to say anything?
Let's make some new songs, and then we got Baby Shark.
Yeah. Oh, okay, never mind. Let's stick with the old horrible, gruesome. Let's suffocation, lovely suffocation, because that Baby Shark song is like suffocation. Also, no, and I don't even have children, and I had to listen to that. Like,
Small children. She has a children.
Oh, you know what I meant. Adult, young children, minor children, like
who give a shit about Baby Shark?
Yeah. Oh, it was like Bear in the Big Blue House and like stuff
he
like
was a
that.
weirdo.
So,
Yeah, I remember that Bear.
Like Disney. Oly Poly.
Roly Poly
Roly
Oly.
Poly Oly.
Oh, I like that one.
And Caillou.
Ew, no. Nobody likes Caillou.
So those were all the shows like that just started when my son was that age. So I don't
We watched
know.
a lot of Pocoyo
I don't know that.
and Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So when I was young, I used to love the Mickey Mouse Clubhouse.
Yes.
And there was another one on there too. It was, and they always sang like,
That was M-I-C-K-E-Y.
yeah, that one. M-I-C-K-E-Y-M-O. Yeah, that one. But then there was another one that was on there, and it was a bunch of kids, and they were like performers, and they would. I know somebody knows that song, that show, and they would like perform, and they were a bunch of kids, and then what is it called? I won't remember it, but yeah, I loved all those shows, and like Saved by the Bell, and Wonder Years. I loved the Wonder Years.
That was a good one too.
Yeah, like that. Those shows were awesome. They were good, clean, family-friendly kid shows.
The one I have stuck in my head for all of eternity is Pepper Ann.
Pepper Ann, yeah.
That song,
yeah.
Pepper Ann, marching in her own parade. Pepper Ann, she's like 1 in a million.
I was more of a little Audrey, like, oh, little Audrey says something a rainy day. On the little Audrey, like the Mother Goose one or something. I don't want to, and she's like, I don't want to read these nursery rhymes and blah, blah, blah. She's like, you suck about this. And some of these shows, you watch them as an adult, and you're like, what? I watched that? My mom let me watch that. And I'm like this, like, what?
It just means something different now.
I didn't get that back then at all.
You know you're grown up when you identify with the parents of the cartoons. You're like, fuck Ariel. You're 16, bitch. Is that the Snoopy phone?
You know what I had? I had a strawberry shortcake phone.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
I do not.
Yeah, it was just
I had
like
the clear one.
it was like a kid phone.
I liked Strawberry Shortcake. She was cool.
And Rainbow Bright. Rainbow Bright was awesome.
Yes, I like Rainbow Bright as well.
Care
And Mighty
Bears.
Max. When I was 12...
I know Mighty Max now. He's not the...
Not a mouse.
He's not a mouse.
It's a Max. It's a dog. If that helps. When I was 12, my sister Lindsay snuck us in to see South Park Bigger, Longer, and Uncut.
Oh, shoot.
That was cool. And our neighbor was there and we got caught.
Those are good, memories and stuff to have, especially, at least we can look back at our childhood and remember things.
My kids are going to remember their cooked goldfish and a dead bunny.
Right? The stories your kids are already, like, accumulating.
And when their bedtime song is Dirty Heads.
So
that's glad
great.
you made it.
Yeah.
Every night, 5 times.
Aww.
And then they touch dead bunnies.
They're just interested in what's going on.
She's
And
going to be like
you know what?
me.
She's going to be exactly like you, and I think that's a
love
great
her.
thing. It's not a bad thing, so.
Right, they were in trouble for the day, but when she told me, I was like, well, thanks for telling me.
And now it's a funny ass story too. Like
It was
okay,
just...
imagine the story that my mom used to tell, but the cat poop. Well, Jessie can tell people that story now when her friends or boyfriends come over, and now they're gonna be like, "What?"
But even in that story, I'm the weird one.
Right. So you should keep the stories to yourself. Is that what you're saying? We are back to Jessie being the weird one.
Shit. Full circle. Damn it.
Yeah.
And go to the beach on the 30th.
Yeah, please. Anybody who wants to hang out and meet up, Dirty Sister, FGWD, if you just want to get to know about the group and you're interested, come on out, hang out. It'll be fun. It's the beach, so I mean,
it's gonna be awesome.
It's gonna be great, and we have a lot of plans, and
they'll be super awesome and fun.
Yeah,
they're all good plans.
Yeah. So, with that being said, I hope you guys all have a great night, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Peace out.